What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 3 of the We're Just Guys podcast. I'm Trev. It's Ed, Skylar. Y'all know the vibes. Before we even get into it, though.
Oh, okay.
Yo, I love the way we just vibe. We be in here vibing, waiting for it to switch up. We're just, it's just a great feeling.
All right, well, this is the first episode of actually being just guys.
Just guys, you know?
How's it going?
It's a monumental moment here.
Yeah, you know, it's a special time. We've been waiting for this. It's going to be good.
Off the rip, actually, just so you guys, we're in the same clothes right now because we did pre-record this episode. Just so
of course.
Don't be mad. Just be glad.
You know, you still see the drip. You see the drip.
We're just on the hustle, We're trying to get a couple episodes out. All right, so a couple things I want to talk about, guys. Well, okay, so you said you haven't finished it yet, but we all saw Kanye on Joe Rogan's podcast. Crazy podcast, by the way. Just seeing the mindset of Kanye is I look at him as a whole different person now. He's like,
honestly,
he just takes in information in a complete different way. It's like so unfiltered, but he has such a drive into like what he's doing that he takes his unfiltered thoughts, like a million things coming in at once, and he can just somehow direct it into some crazy shit. Go ahead.
Yo, like he said, when he was like that, I said it earlier. He thinks 3-dimensionally. And just like, at first when he said it, I was like, what does that mean? But then he was like, I just got to get it all.
Yeah.
Every angle, every route, and I just need to put it all together. I was like, I can definitely tell by the way you're talking. Yeah, exactly. This is how it is.
Kanye definitely went from like someone I roasted, even though I knew he was like a genius, like in his music and his producing level. But now he's just like I don't know, man. It's almost awe-inspiring. The dude he's been pulled in so many directions. For him to produce what he does, like beyond his music, it's like what?
Yeah.
Like there's councilmen that we've elected that ain't doing. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have the drive.
Spitting.
That's why he's trying to run for president.
Spitting, yeah.
It's a crazy time. I mean, shoot, people have been writing him in, so I mean,
that's crazy.
I'm interested to see what the polls are for actually Kanye votes.
Yeah,
I do want to see the percentage when it comes out. Yeah.
That even just having it like higher than I don't even know, like 15, it would be.
That's a game changer.
It would, yeah, it is a game changer. I like at this point because everyone was talking about when Trump was running that Oprah should go next. Oprah was like, I ain't trying. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying. That job is hard. I ain't trying.
Thanks.
I really want to know how many people out there when it comes to like celebrities that we've seen this side of them dimensionally and they want to go into another layer of their career. What are they willing to bring to the table? Like we can see it now. You can go beyond politics and beyond politicians for this role.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I have. It's like it's hard to even say it, but like I love Kanye's vision so much. Like I love what he was talking about, but at the same time, I'm like I don't know if I can justify voting for him.
I agree.
Stuff is
I agree.
Like I love where you're going, Kanye. Like everybody needs to have that positive attitude, come together. Don't fuck all this political bullshit. Like everybody just needs to get on the same playing field and think globally. Like think about everyone and not just like the money or the power or whatever. Like
yes. And what's weird is like I don't even think he needs to be president to change as much as he's already.
He doesn't. Like he
really does.
He has so much. He's Kanye. He has a lot of
this big fat like they were talking about it. He was like because I think Joe asked him like why do you want to do it or something like that. And he was like it's his calling or whatever. And he was like it doesn't matter that I don't care that I have such a big influence around the world because I'm a hip hop artist. I want to take on the quote unquote smaller role because I'm governing a smaller amount of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's comparing 384 million people to probably way more millions of fans he has than that. Like that's it's a big jump, but I get it. He was spitting, yo. He was really spitting.
But that's such a good point too. Now thinking about it, I mean, you got this guy who has fans across the world. His fan audience has to be bigger. It has to be bigger than the population of the USA.
Sure. Well, and like he said, he's been so many places over the world. He's been more places than most of the politicians. So he was saying like talking about foreign policy and stuff. He was like, I may not know everything, but like I'm gonna surround myself with the highest professionals. And he feels very confident that he can make a decision presented with all the evidence. He can make like at least a right-minded decision.
Yeah.
But
that's true, man.
Yeah.
He there was a point where so like he's clearly a Christian man.
Heavy.
Heavy. And there was a point where he was talking about his ego, and he said, "Yeah, man, you know, God gave me this ego," and I had to pause and think. I was like, "You can't be Kanye at this stage of Kanye's life and not chalk up this to God in a way, because." In order to even be in this position as Kanye, you have to have what Kanye, like his ego, you know what I mean? Like his ego is so unique that he's the only one that could have done what he did. And he did. He's done it. There's no one else doing it like him. There's people who have the same amount of money maybe. There's people who have the same amount of fame possibly. But to do it the way that he did it, you can't take credit for that almost, like, you know what I mean, like you as an individual you can't really take credit for all that. You got to chalk it up to something, because I assume at that point it's all random. It must feel.
Yeah, he almost has like you heard about like imposter syndrome.
Yes,
he almost has kind of the opposite of it, where he's like, no, I am Kanye, but like God put me in this position to be Kanye. Is like kind of his mindset.
We should kind of all be like that in a way.
A little,
I've had that before. You know, like we've been in positions where it'd be like, okay, like I clearly understand how I got here. I get it. But to be there, to be in that position and like work as you, it's a different vibe. You have to get into it, of course. But like once you get the vibe of like, I'm supposed to be here. I earned the spot here. He doesn't even second guess that.
Yeah, not at all. He's like, no, I made this. This is my own doing.
Man said he was going to run in 2020. Guess who's running in 2020?
He did.
It's crazy.
You gotta give him that. Like if he says something, it's gonna happen. Like he goes for it. He goes.
That's
all
why
in.
I'm really excited for the monastery and the basically mini city he was talking about.
Yes, man.
He's
such a he has such crazy visions, but you're just like, that I could see this working.
Yeah,
like, do it. Go do it. Yeah.
And it's not like he was like. It's not like he's not talking to people that he should be talking to. He's talking to people that, number one, he's saying their names so nonchalantly, then having to go back and tell us who those people are, and then we're like, oh goddamn, that's what you mean. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Like whoa, like he's talking to the right people. He's putting himself in the right situations. How can you, just like Joe Rogan said, how can you call this man crazy? He's not crazy.
He's doing everything that a crazy person would be like. I'm gonna do these things. And then not work towards him and saying he did it. This guy is the exact opposite. He might even tell you. He might not tell you all of it. He might be like, just wait. Or even if he does say something, you can see where he's coming from. You have tangible proof of the things that he is doing.
Facts.
It might bounce around every now and then, but it'll come back to that.
It's really,
Well, so all right, this gets into one of my questions that I had for you guys. So, in light of Kanye, I feel like he thinks very spatially. Like he has a lot of information coming in all at once, and it doesn't quite flow out in a line. Like someone will say one thing to him, and his ideas will bounce around, and he'll say certain things that remind him like of what the question was, something like that. But I wanted to see like how do you guys think you take in information? I feel like myself. I can play both sides. I feel like a lot of times, like if someone asks me a question, I can be very upfront and direct and to the point, answer like exactly what they asked me. But also at the same time, whenever I'm asked, I don't know, if it's like really in depth or something, I'll think of other things like Kanye kind of did. I'll think of things that reminded me of like a certain event, and then I'll try to incorporate that into like an answer. Or like I feel like my answers may be jumbled a little bit around, but they're also direct in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just how do you think you take in information? Are you more like 3-dimensional, like you said? Like do you really take in a lot of things at once? That. And
because it's like that. I mean, like okay, like it's even speaking. So like if I'm talking to somebody, and they're using specific words that they might not even catch they're using. So like, if you're talking to somebody, I don't even know if I can give an example because sometimes it's like so in the moment that you have to decode not only the words that they chose to use without even thinking about it, but the intention of why they're doing it. And that gets into so many levels that sometimes that if I'm in a situation where I don't even really want to take the time to really understand, I'll laugh because the amount of information that I'm getting is so funny because I'm bouncing off of every memory that I have that even construct what you're telling me that I just can't help but just be like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying?
So that's kind of how I felt about so although I haven't finished it, but it's been a great episode with Kanye. That first 15 minutes, that's how I felt when he was talking. Because he was saying a lot. And at first I was just like,
it's not really making sense.
what are you saying to me? But after like that first 15 minutes, once he like...
you just realize you're like, oh, this is just like how he processes things.
Exactly.
It's like watching a Christopher Nolan movie, man. It's just all over the place until it's not.
Fact. No, seriously. Because it would say like 5 different things. And I'm like, what does that mean to me? Then the 6th thing comes and I'm like, oh, okay, so that... okay, Kanye, okay.
And I think the way he speaks filters out people that he doesn't want in his corner. Because if you're not willing to put the time to understand what he's saying, that level of communication allows you to just negate all the rest of the people. Because you're only talking... If you can continue from after that, then I know we're good.
Right.
Because like, and that's why I really... Joe Rogan is like the best interviewer. Because he puts all of everything aside. He suspends all of it. And he would just talk to you. And like, sure, if you say something that comes across his own personal beliefs, then he'll match it. He'll be like, well, tell me, how do you get up,
why do you feel this way?
Right. He talked about like the foreign policy because I know that Joe Rogan cares deeply about foreign policy. I can tell from what he's, how he interviewed because he kept asking the same question. Like, what about foreign policy? And I knew that he asked that question as frequently because Kanye was literally decoding it at the time. Now, he could tell that foreign policy, the way that word is structured, that you could think so many different ways about it. You could think, attacks on homeland soil, or you could think relationships with individuals who happen to just not be from where you are. And Kanye had to decode all the perception that people were going to have listening to it and then give his truth. And it's just crazy. It's honestly crazy that he could even have that conversation like that. Like, I don't think any interviewer out there could have the conversation that Joe Rogan had with him.
I mean, like we've seen with previous Kanye interviews, none of them have been, at least for me, and I'm not even done with the episode, this enlightening onto who Kanye is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what Kanye is really thinking. Like every time something like this comes out, people are always ragging Kanye because we get a snippet of one thing that Kanye said and people want to use that against him and blah, blah, blah. This one came out, everybody was like, yo, like, if you listen to this episode, Kanye's spitting. Yeah. Everybody I've seen that's watching to go, yo.
He is spitting.
Kanye got something boiling in there. Like, yo, y'all need to hear this, man. Like, it's not a joke.
But I think when you come down to like processing information, it's so multifaceted, man. It's like it's so multifaceted that it's like driving manual. Like after like a month or two of doing it, you don't even notice that you are doing the things that you struggled on doing so heavily that you had to think about it consciously. And now that you're an age or you've been in an environment where you can communicate with more people fluidly, that it just kind of decodes on its own. And I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I don't know if you're supposed to be conscious about every word that comes out of somebody's mouth or take it as face value because you might get the most truth out of it. I just don't know. Yeah,
it's interesting because it's funny how much language plays into certain understandings of things. Like, because we've probably all been talking and like forget a word or something. You'd be like, oh, what am I trying to say? Like, it's wild how your vocabulary is literally like, it makes sense. Like, you're obviously trying to tell people and portray in the most accurate way what you're trying to say. But if you just don't have the vocabulary to express that, it's like you're just throwing freaking paper at a wall. Nothing's gonna happen. Like, you just can't express it. But so it's wild how much words can just affect anything. Like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, and on topic, but a little off topic. I've told you this before. Just the fact that humans communicate this efficiently, compared to every other thing that we've come in contact with, is insane. Yeah, it's insane.
It's pretty wild, man. They talked about like the evolutionary rate of humans once we started talking, and it was just exponential. It just got so crazy.
Bro, we are giving full sentences. The fact that we made the words full sentences. We communicate so effectively, and even different languages can just easily. I get that it's because things are things.
Right.
But things are things for everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everything is a dolphin season is a thing. I get that we have these vocal cords, but how do we get it to work this well?
Yeah, man.
How do we make sure that we got the same processes through all of us and just been like, yeah, this is how we gonna do it.
My only concern is if we're so comfortable with English and the way that we speak that I don't know if we're even ready to have the conversation if there is a better language now.
You savaging the whole world right now.
We're just savaging the foreign languages.
No, but I know. I mean, no, because I've seen. Okay, like there's like a chart that says like how efficient English or how efficient other languages are, and their efficient rate is how much information you can convey per second or per word.
Ooh, okay.
So English is high. English is super high.
Definitely.
Well, but also people say that English is one of the hardest languages to learn because we have so many double meanings for words.
And
as well.
that's why. Because we have so many double meanings, you can say less things with more information. So like, I don't know. Think about when we use different words for like different things. So like I can say, I don't know, it's nippy outside. Well, someone who doesn't know language might be like, what does...
You're not talking about nipples.
Yeah, what does nipples and or what does cutting, paper or cutting things at a small rate have to do with the temperature outside? It's like we have
it's cold, bro.
so many definitions for one word that it's like as smooth as buttery. But I do wonder if there is a better information rate per word that we just haven't discovered it just as much as when we discovered English that we knew that was the better option for our society, I guess. But even that was like,
To say discovering English. That's a wild way to say that.
It's adapted from Latin, but it's discovered. But like nonetheless.
So what is it? Latin's like the language that is the base for all others, right?
For a lot of others.
I wouldn't say all others, but
a few.
It's
even
probably
French,
most though.
Even
probably.
French has Latin-based roots in it. Like that's why when I was coming from like Spanish, even though I was terrible at Spanish, and I went to French, and even though I was terrible at French, I still knew certain words compared to others because there was in a very slight, but there was a similarity between the two.
Similar base words and stuff like that.
Right. So I mean, they're there. Only languages I can really see that might not, and there's a few out there, of course, but like Chinese, Mandarin Chinese or Japanese and stuff like that, they use more wild characteristics in their writing that translates into their speech. But I don't know Japanese.
Right.
Chinese.
Yeah. It's and from an outside perspective, looking into that, it's like so hard.
Nani?
Throwback to the anime tangent.
Oh yeah, that was a wild one. But I mean, language in general is just. That's why I have like a low key respect for like language arts teachers, and definitely language arts teachers that will go over to other countries and teach English. Because English, like we said, it's one of the hardest languages to learn, and it's easy for us because it's just what we speak. We've been doing this since you're a baby. You got to learn this when you 45. You're like, yo, what do you mean?
Yeah, I think people definitely need more foreign languages when they're younger. That's how you really need to learn it at an early age.
They say that it's the best time to teach anyone any foreign language is when they're the most young, and I mean like Babel speak, because what Babel is your mouth and your brain correcting its like, I don't know, I guess linguistics to learn the language that it's in. So like if you want to learn Spanish at a younger age, it'd be easier because your mouth and your brain is already hardwired or isn't hardwired yet to any hard language. Mm-hmm. So, but and that also goes into why, like, we had like a French teacher who went to France, and like she even said like the easiest way to learn any language is just to immerse yourself in it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's just best for people to just kind of swap cultures every once in a while, just learn it all.
I mean, shoot, that's why we had Dora and stuff.
Yes.
I mean,
I just thought of it earlier. I was like, my cousin texted me gracias, and I said de nada. That's everything, and Dora taught me that.
It's just like it's like as a society we know what we need to do to progress ourselves, but we just don't force it. And it's so weird.
Yeah. It's only until it's conscious.
Yeah,
change.
Like we all know that the top 3 languages are what top 3 is English, Spanish, and Mandarin, right?
Yeah.
So now I don't want to be disrespectful to Mandarin or Chinese, but that bitch probably hard as hell.
It's hard.
So but even though you still like, why would we not focus everyone to learn all 3?
Yeah.
All baby humans. Why are we not teaching all baby humans the top 3 languages so that just in case,
dude,
that would be so useful. That we would be breeding different types of humans.
Facts.
As
the human race, you would be developing humans at such an exponential rate just by making them understand three of the top languages.
Trilingual.
Like, yo,
that's heat.
That's an automatic skill.
Trilingual by the age of 10.
It's an automatic skill.
That's
heat. Maybe that's why, because it's an automatic skill. That's a coveted skill out in this world.
Man,
trilingual?
Is that not the weirdest thing that it feels like? And I don't mean to be conspiratorial here, but it feels like that we live in a place where they don't want to push the best skills you could possibly learn at the youngest age possible to be better in like 20 or 15 years. Like what you're saying here is like, if you had that and you had people 15 years later or 20 years later and they could go abroad and talk to lead scientists or lead politicians or people who had crazy ideas that maybe we would never really understand fully, unless it's on a paper, of course, or translated. If we would never understand it fully as much as they would, and they could bring that over, or they could bring it to another country and say, yeah, bring this up. We got plans over from China. Hey, I think Spain or Mexico can develop this and this, therefore, and then we'll take Mexico's development in agriculture or something of the nature and bring it into America or China. Mm-hmm. Like all these things that we could benefit from just past the language barrier is so useful.
Yeah.
It would change the game.
Honestly.
So actually, I wasn't going to bring this topic up, but since we kind of transitioned into it, education.
Woo!
Okay.
So,
okay.
We all have some college experience here.
Yes.
And I was just thinking the other day, like, it's so weird how different colleges, because for 12 years, they've kind of taught us the same way. Like we have tests, we have quizzes, but usually we have a lot of instruction every day, and it's just like a daily grind almost. Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of practice with whatever we're learning. College is just kind of like, okay, you have a couple of class periods a week. Usually you have a lot of reading, most likely, and you have a test, midterm, final. That's it. That's all you get.
It's really dumb.
It's really weird, right? Like
it's
to just switch it like that on a dime.
Yeah, and I understand it's like we are grown essentially at this point, but for the 12 years that we've been learning this certain way, to switch it up and just be like, okay, yeah, learn on your own now. It's really weird. Like I feel like instructors, I don't know, not that they don't try or anything, but it's some don't try. For sure. I've had some interesting classes, but I've had some really good classes as well. Like people that really care, and they're like, "No, you need to learn this. Like, tell me what you need."
I like that, man. It's something about. Finish.
Well, it's just that I don't know. That switch is just so weird to me. That like, all right, now we're just gonna kind of give you a little material here and figure it out. Good luck. You have a test tomorrow.
It's just so weird. Like so weird, yo.
I always thought that in order for you to ensure someone learned, you have to go down to their level and learn it with them. That's always been the case. Anytime I've ever learned anything, you might pretend. Like, I remember learning math, and you learn math one way, and the teacher goes, all right, now you know that there's a better way to do this. And I'm like, you knew this. You knew there was a better way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You knew the whole time. That's part of it, too, is that the professors, they know this subject. You are in this field because you know what you're talking about. Yep. Now, why don't you give us like hints? Give us the shortcuts that you know. I know you know them because you are fluent in this field right now. So why do we have to play this game of like, oh, you got to like read this and figure out how to do it this way, and then you just come in and you're like, oh, you can do it this way though. Well, just show me that from the beginning.
You would have made my life 10 times easier.
To be fair, for that teacher, example I used, they did that because they knew they had the time to instill the foundation and the way that they learned it, that they got better. That's fantastic because now I know that we're on the same page. College is weird, and it almost gets conspiratorial because I helped. Public school is free. Okay, so they don't actually need to incentivize learning because you're going to be there regardless. Oddly enough, it's mandatory. Yeah, it's mandatory.
It's mandatory, but they focus more on it in a way, like
right. So if I choose to go to a place where I want to learn, why is it that level isn't even more helpful?
Because it almost feels like you get a lower quality of learning.
Yes. And that makes me go into, well, what are they gaining? And we all know what they're gaining. Moolah, baby. Cheddar cheese, lettuce.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? So they have these systems in place because I think they've already got what they wanted. And personally, in my opinion, I actually think it should be reversed. I think I should be able to go to school for free and then pay the money if I think that they did me right. Because they don't get that money until I actually think that I've learned.
That's like using Wikipedia. Like, you ain't gotta pay for Wikipedia, but you can.
You can. You're right. But Wikipedia is not going to give you your degree. And if this place is saying that it's going to give me something,
for, though.
Yeah. If this place is going, it's the only thing. It's the only reason why we're going. It's not like because everyone knows now. You've said nothing new. Everybody knows that school is like, especially college, that you're going to be on a daily grind to learn it yourself because you're here for the one thing. And if everybody in the community, whether it be the dean or the instructor or the student, they all know you're here for the one thing. Mm-hmm. So why is it feel more like if I'm going to be here and I need to learn these things to get the one thing, I don't want to just fly by the seat of my pants. Because once I get the thing, then I'll get that imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. Because then I'm like, did I actually learn anything? What did I do? What did you do for me? Right. What did I just pay? I have debt. What's going on?
A lot of it. There's a lot of it.
This is a robbery. They skirt off.
Right. Yo. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're standing there with your luggage, a piece of paper, and you're,
it's real.
It's like, so put the extra mile, put the extra effort into making sure that these people really understand this stuff like the back of their hand. So instead of them having a piece of paper that proves that they should be there technically, let them walk like they know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, walk and talk the talk. Yeah.
Yeah, and the class period thing is weird to me too. Like, even though like big colleges, obviously like universities, you'll have class periods that are maybe you meet 2-3 times a week, as opposed to like high school we meet every day and do like the same thing. But it's also weird at tech schools. Obviously, we know. But so there they have an accelerated program, which is 7 weeks, is basically your entire course, which is really weird because you feel like it's nice to get through that much information in such a short time because then you can feel like you can do a lot. You're like, oh, I can breeze through this degree, but then you're sitting there, and if it's like a really hard subject, like I'm in programming, so it's an interesting field because you feel like you absolutely need a lot of time to code, for sure. Yeah. These programs take so long to do sometimes. And a lot of times it's like multiple programs in one, basically. But an accelerated program, I feel like, for that is so weird because you're trying to get through a lot of topics and understand so much in so little time. And then you're like, the semester's gone, you're like, I feel like sometimes I'm just flying through classes for the grade, you know what I'm saying? It's I feel so much pressure to try to just get the good grade and not really focus on what I'm understanding.
That's real.
Yeah,
that's thinking about it like that. Like that's even the media class I took. Now I will say, it's a lot more, or at least with Mark McKinney. He's the GOAT for me.
Shout outs.
Mark McKinney, you are an amazing teacher because he's all about if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it together. Because if you don't get it, I'm gonna show you right then and there why you don't get it.
Yes, that's what
and what you need to do to get it. That's why his class is so and it's not like it goes too slow. Like if you know what you're doing, you can progress until you get to a point and you can't do it. You wait till they catch up. But if you know what you're doing, you keep pushing through. And that's what I think that a lot of classes kind of miss out on, of like trying to slow other people down just because you want to go at this pace. But let them, if they already know it or if they're learning it like actively, like some people just learn a little more actively when they're in it, so they can get to this point. And yeah, they may need help at this point. So when you get there, easy peasy.
Right.
You've still
lost nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You've lost nothing by letting someone learn within themselves if that calls for it. But as I just said, he uses that to, like, every project we would sit there and go through it together, and then after that you go, okay, so now we went through this project, you do it. You come up with your own creative idea and do the same project.
And you feel energized.
That's I love that. That was like my my website design class. Shout out to Tom Brady.
Hey.
Not the football player, but he was so cool. We like built. It was a website class, so we just built countless websites. We would just go through them over and over, and like our final project was to build a website for like a small business. And I was like, that's awesome, because we've been building websites the whole semester, so now we know how to do it. We just have to implement our own ideas into it. And I was like, perfect. That's like the good way to do it.
Exactly.
That sounds neat.
Because that shows your mastery level of, okay, we did it. Once you do it, and you can regurgitate what you did because you were actually taught it, and you can just do it just with tweaks because now you know what you're doing. That shows mastery of what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
That's why, like, y'all remember, I don't know how this just jumped into my head, but y'all remember like those timed multiplication tests in like elementary school. Like, why? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you stressing out small children to do multiplication?
I mean, I kind of liked it though.
I had fun with it. At first, I didn't really know it too well, and I kind of messed myself up. Got way better at math because of it. However, I think I would have got better when I wasn't timed either.
My opinion, I feel like they're forcing the end result. Like, the end result is that you're going to be good at math fast. But you have to get them good at math first. And the only way for them to get good at math is to not feel the pressure to learn it. They have to put themselves forward and be like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn it very well. And I get it. It's hard to even get children especially involved in the educational side of things because they're already forced to be here where they'd rather, go outside and play or play Fortnite, whatever the heck they're doing these days. I don't know. But
TikToking.
Yeah. They ain't going ding-donging. And I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I think it's layers to it as well, because I remember being in senior year in high school and being incentivized to go to university. And it was weird because out of all the 12 years that I've been in school, this is the one time that I don't actually have to. So if I'm going to go on my own will. But everyone around me is like, do it. And it made me realize that I don't know if y'all believe it. I don't know if y'all really believe this. Because before it was mandatory. Mm-hmm. Now you know that I have a choice. And instead of taking that and realizing, oh, he does have the ability to make his own decisions and, find more about himself or understand what he has to do in this world or even better yet, figure out exactly you want
just
to do.
Just find yourself.
Yeah, like don't just go in, spend money and then kind of be there trying to find yourself while you have an ass ton of assignments piled on your thing. Like, take the time, figure it out, and when you're ready, then take it. And instead of it feeling like it's using you, you're using it. But then you get in it, and you still feel like they're using you.
I mean, yeah, it's always gonna feel like that, honestly.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
It's a low key flawed system.
Yeah,
it's low key flawed. Like,
how would you fix it?
How would I fix it?
Yeah,
the college system. You're saying?
Yes. I mean, yeah.
It sucks that the pursuit. It's always that you just need a degree. Like,
yeah,
it's like what big job is gonna hire you without a degree, and that's really the issue. Is like, why if I know a certain subject and I can implement it really well, I can show you that I can do it. Like,
right.
I can write a program for you right now. Yeah, it's like I can do things, but I need a piece of paper to tell you that I can do it.
And see, we've done that before. We've done the opposite. Like, we've been in positions where you're like, all right, well, where's your degree? What's going on? And be like, nah, let me show you what I've done to earn this spot.
Right.
Instead of pulling up some fangled piece of paper that will not even represent the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to even get here, really. Like, you're not going to know the pain. You're not going to understand the pain that it's going to be. But instead of worrying about the pain that it took to get this, look what I've done without it. And look what I'm trying to get. Even when I'm trying to, like, get the other... Like
it's just prestige and status.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
It's prestige and status. Like, a degree from one college can mean less than a different college. You're just sitting there like, but I probably got a better education than that college. And also, it's just a different place.
What you have?
Are we not learning the same thing?
Yeah.
Do we not have the same?
Oh, so you're saying we don't have the curriculum, so
why is this college even?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how the classism that we've created for ourselves for no reason is ridiculous. Like, yeah, we're gonna have middle class and I don't know. I only know middle class. What are the other two classes called?
Poverty and
then
the elite.
Yo, that's weird. That's weird that we have the middle class. Yeah, I don't know the other names for the other ones, but that's like a natural thing that will happen with society. But to expand upon the elitism and the classism for no apparent reason, it's weird to me. It's weird to me.
It's a narrative. Someone's trying to push an agenda.
If I'm going to go to college, if I'm going to go to a college, it should be at the same standard of all colleges. It's college. When I go to school, when we went to school, kindergarten to 12, are we not all at the same standard? It's called standardized test for a reason, right?
Yes,
because we're all at the same standard.
But even that of itself is kind of crazy because you see that problem up in New York. No, like there will be schools that are like what 15 blocks maybe. I don't know, 20 blocks away from each other. Like there's not that much. Yeah, there's not that much distance in between what they are, but what they provide is drastically different sometimes. And I never understood that phenomenon because you don't have a choice of where you're born. So why is
the fact that you're like delegated to go to one school and not the other one?
Yeah,
you get a different education.
It's another form of creating that classism. Like why? Like what? Like for number one, for people to even I'm not worried about classes. I don't think about this on the daily. You know what I mean? Like I don't let that affect my exactly. I don't let that affect my life. But to be ignorant on knowing what it is and knowing that it is real and it affects people, I can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just like you said, nobody picks where they're born. Nobody picks how they're born. Nobody picks anything.
Yeah.
Before they're born.
They're just here.
It was just all of a sudden
they picked random on the Bethesda creator. You know what I mean?
Like come on,
click, click, click. I'm here. That's literally what it was.
So like, why would you? And I mean, we can get into those topics if we really want to, but like the fact that we perpetuate this classism when we know it's bad. We know it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that some people are gaining from it, but that would make those people bad people. Yeah. So why would we keep letting this happen? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really are just people in general are our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's real.
We constantly want to force change, but at the same time we're constantly just taking a couple steps back. And
what do you think is sometimes I think it's just fear.
Right? It's definitely fear.
Yeah.
It's just the fear. But like, what are you really afraid of?
Change. You don't know what change will bring.
That's it.
I got it. Let's go home.
All right, guys.
But seriously though, like it doesn't matter what it's the same reason that when people are in relationships and you lose that person, it's tough because that's a big change in your life.
Right.
Yeah. You don't know how you're gonna have to handle this now. There's so many things that were perpetuated by this relationship. Sometimes you're just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, a lot of people associate like if you're like you divorce or something, it's almost associated with like a death.
Yeah.
Because it's like that person just left your life. Like it's like you're no longer together and everything is just split. You're like, oh, what happened?
I think with that too about the change, it's weird. The levels of how much that fear will even trickle down to people who have no fight. They have no horse in this race. Like these kids just were here. And so to not perpetuate their potential, to be able to even change the fear that you have today is wild. Like who knows what kid now is going to be the thing that changes how we see things in 20 years. And if they continue, I say continue because there's no way that they could even get to that level without hearing all the fear that people are spewing at them. Like, be afraid with me. Like, what? Like I don't know. Be strong.
Tell somebody to be afraid, yeah.
Yeah, like just get better, get big. You know what I mean? Like it all goes down to that. I really hope that the fear that we have today doesn't really trickle down into the kids that we see today, because that's the biggest tragedy, really.
Fear of change. That's why I kind of like and I don't kind of like it. I really like the I Promise School that LeBron did. Like genuinely, and like watch a lot of Skip and Shannon, as y'all know. Undisputed, shout out, they're the best. Skip. But like they were talking about it, and Skip sees the shrine. He calls it a shrine. He says that LeBron built a shrine to himself in the school. It's like of his trophies and things and blah blah blah. But Shannon was like, and this is why I watch them so much, because they talk sports, but they talk about like real things that's going on in the world. He was like, it's not about trying to show off. It's showing these kids that you can make it out of here, dude. I was you once. Yeah, I'm now 6'9", 250. Okay, I get it. But you can still make something of yourself. You can still better yourself. You can still persevere and be that change. You just have to have that motivation and that determination.
Yeah, man. Preach. That was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all in the mindset, man, for sure.
Facts.
You got to have that drive to be better. Like,
exactly.
Everyone just needs to strive to be better than yesterday, honestly.
Yes. Yes.
Like I sent in the snap. I was like, yo, you got to strive to be like LeBron, because what LeBron brings to you're LeBron James.
Yeah.
To be LeBron James on the daily, you have to exceed what people are already. Any little thing you do is a microscope.
Yeah,
you miss a shot, they will talk about that for weeks.
Yeah.
Rip Danny.
My dad told me about that. It was like a doctor's paradox, and it was the only time I really ever heard it, which was you could be a doctor for like 20 years, and you could mess up one day. You could really mess up and leave a ring in somebody's bladder. You know, just like that, right?
Yeah.
And you might get your license revoked.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope you take your rings off before you do surgery.
Same. And that's fair. But you know what I mean? And you're thinking, like, does the 20 years of him being a doctor being immaculate at their job just get washed away because they made one mistake?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what LeBron thinks about quite constantly, because there's a specific network, regardless of all the other conversations happening about him that have influence, but there's a specific network that will talk about his mistakes more than they'll talk about his achievements.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how I could...
Like 4'6".
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man.
And that just comes with being in the spotlight, too. Like, people are obviously going to focus on... I mean, it's also just the mindset of people. They like to focus on negative things more. It's like if you look at...
Because I can bring you down.
Yeah.
You're already up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you any more up. I need to bring you back down.
Yo, I forgot who said this, man. I really do. But somebody said the only time you hear the word humble is when you're feeling the most featherless. You're feeling way up. And they come to you to be like, hey,
be humble.
Be humble. Like, what?
Like, why I gotta be humble now? I've been humble my whole life. now I'm banked out. You see the rolling, now I gotta be humble?
Yeah, I finally got some weight, now you're like, tone it down.
It's weird. But it's like they always say. People love to tell you to succeed, but they hate to see you succeed. Yeah,
but he does it so gracefully, man.
Who?
His
Bron?
Yeah, he's graceful. Man, maybe not so much on the court, because he'll rip somebody's head open verbally. But he's pretty graceful in the spotlight. I really admire it. I think everyone should be LeBron when it comes to his drive, but I think everyone should thrive to be Michael Jordan when it comes to people around them. Because Michael Jordan brought people's potential higher. Just being him.
You've been watching. Being
around him.
You've been watching The Last Dance.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I was sleeping. I am awake.
All right, so this gets into another thing. So we're talking about, like trying to have that drive like LeBron, or or like Michael, just having that ability to push forward. Does it ever weigh on you, the fact that you'll never be able to experience things like someone else will? Like, you yourself will you'll only be able to experience things.
I'll never be an NBA champ
in your own body. I mean, yeah.
I mean, hold up now.
Wait. I mean, but that's not what you.
Hey, yo, New Orleans Hornets.
What?
Pelicans.
God.
Jesus.
God. My bad.
No,
Listen, it's been a couple years. Charlotte Hornets. MJ hit me up. I could probably turn your team around. Just saying.
You really could, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
low key though. I think about it a lot.
It's just like the way other people think and feel. You'll never really be able to know what that's like.
Yes.
Because you can't be in someone else's body. You only know from your experiences. You can maybe empathize with someone and like try to guess how they're feeling, but you'll never really know.
Yeah.
Everyone
just a
has
wild
their
thing.
own unique experiences that kind of shape them. So you'll never really be able to like completely understand someone, you know what I mean?
Facts. Like even as we're talking right now, we are laying our thoughts on the line. We still just don't know. We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't know.
but
I don't know what's going on in your head, bro. I don't know what's going on in your head.
You know what? That's so facts. I remember talking to Zoe about this, and I was like, the only reason that we have empathy is because we can't read minds.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And I
Empathy
read a
is-
lot of comics, right? And so I know, like, the Martians, they're fine, but they still have, like, they had, like, a whole race war and stuff like that. It was crazy. But they read minds. They were like, yeah, I know what you're feeling, bro. And it was like that. They had a perfect civilization up to that point. Just like, yeah, I read your mind. I understand what you're going through. I feel your pain. But we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's really necessary. I mean, it clearly isn't. But I just don't know if we really... Because the way I see it is like this. Like LeBron... Let's go back to the LeBron thing, right? LeBron is LeBron, and he put that energy into basketball. I don't know how well LeBron would be in any other field because of how much energy that I've seen him put into this. And so, like, because of that, and the name that he is and everything, I'm not even worried about experiencing that because it's almost like you're kind of living through him in a way, but you know that he has a goal and it's for betterment. So you can only really just kind of be beside and not worry about being. It's like the whole team aspect. Like when we were doing robotics, like I didn't have to code. There was a point where like maybe we should learn how to code. And it's like I don't have to for us to win. Like for us to win, I need to be really good at what I do.
Facts.
You need to be really good at what you do, and you need to be really good at what you do.
Facts.
And that's all we really need to do because we have a collective goal here to get something done. So I guess that's the only reason why I'd say. So most of the time, I'm not really thinking about it like that. But yeah, I mean, there's some experiences out there,
Oh, I mean, true. Goal setting. We're talking about like having the drive like LeBron. I feel like it's goal setting, honestly, because like just piggybacking off the robotics thing, like when we set that goal in that summer,
yeah,
we didn't give ourselves a choice. We were like, we're going to Worlds. It's not an option. We're going. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how long it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there this year, but we're going. And lo and behold, goal was met.
I really do think. I mean, I don't dwell upon it because it's not really much to dwell upon. We kind of did everything we wanted to do, which is kind of wild.
I mean, aside from like I don't know what placing really high or something, I guess that would be like the next level. But,
yeah, I remember.
I mean, we're on. It's like I mean, from my point of view, it's like we're on this stage already. We got here, so it's like this is it. And I'm not trying to be number one in the world.
Chip, though.
You want the chip?
I did want the chip.
Jesus.
What chip?
I'm saying the championship. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, but
well, yeah, but it's like I mean, I guess coming into it, I already had that mindset of there's a lot of crazy teams here. We're not going to get number one. Let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, we knew we were good enough to get to Worlds.
Yeah.
But we also knew we were lacking in certain areas because we saw the competition. We saw the competition before we got there, so we knew we were lacking in certain areas. To be like, all right, we're gonna have to play quite literally perfect. It was like Jimmy Butler in the finals. We knew we had to play absolutely perfect if we were even gonna have a chance.
Dude, they had like teams that were like literally blacked out the robots and they're like Puerto Rican and they were awesome. They were just crazy. We had a Canadian team that literally flipped out another robot and it was 3v2. Like what kind of what is that?
Those daisy chain robots were intense, bro. I was like, what do you mean?
This is legal
and
stuff.
And the ones that just like
yeah,
and were like the entire length of the field. The wall bar, bro.
Oh,
you ain't scoring nothing on me.
But I think about just a little bit sometimes, about that time because when we said, yeah, we're going to Worlds, I think about it sometimes and cringe, but then I think about it and I like get filled with joy because
it's like an accomplishment, bro. Like,
yeah, because when I said it didn't even dawn to me how ambitious the words were. And then I think about it and I think about the teams we've gone against like regionally and like state-wise and their mentality and their defeat already was in process, like what we're going to do after we lose. and we just didn't think that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to. I mean, like, you know, it's what you want out of a competitor, sure, yeah, but I don't even know how you can make that.
At every step of the way up until Worlds, we thought we weren't going to lose that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went into every game going, all right, let's get this W. Like,
Yeah, that's the mindset you really need to go in with. I mean, yeah, just like so. I mean, arriving at Worlds, I obviously thought that globally, I was like, I mean, we're probably not going to win first or like,
Right.
you know, get in the top even 4 or whatever. But every match that came up, I'm like, okay, like I'm going in. Like I'm not going to let that cloud my view of this match right now. Like I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna try my best that I can.
Yes.
Because I know that there is a potential for us to win. Like we're not bad.
No, yeah. We got here.
Yeah, we got here. Exactly.
We're here for a reason.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try my damnedest.
Yeah, man, that was a wild experience. Especially state level was fun because it really felt like we were all on the same playing field. But the only thing that really made a difference was how much energy and how much time we put into not being compared. Like you could compare, sure, but if you did, you knew what was going to be the outcome because we made sure of that. We made sure that what was going to happen happened. That I mean, I put that level of energy into a lot of different things, but that was the first time that really happened. That I was like, oh, we can just win. Yeah. We have a winner's mentality, and that mentality is what got us.
Oh yeah.
And what sucks is too that you'll have just some people that don't want to cooperate.
Yeah,
like we've had quite a few matches where we want to talk to our like allies, and they're just not having it.
Yeah,
they're like, nah,
which is wild to me.
And I'm like, yeah, like why don't you want to talk strategy? Like we're on the same team here. It's just one match, bro. Like you don't got to see us after this, unless we get friended again. But
in their mindset, there's no we.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
I got you.
Some people are just so cocky and like their robot, and you're just like, bro, like I understand that you have a good robot, but
I think that was a good.
Why does that
belittle
belittle us? Like we're coming in with like the same amount of energy. Like we want to work with you, so why are you just not giving us the time?
Yeah, that was really dumb. I never understood that either. Especially when you never want to just be like, look at the standings, you know? You never want to just be like, look at that. If you're like, now listen to us. You know, you don't want to say no. You want to come in like, hey, we got a plan. We might be able to take these guys out. Let's devise something real quick. Let's get together and do this.
I mean, honestly, that's why we were so respected.
I love that.
If we're being honest, like
that's my favorite part.
The reason that people know us and come back to us, and they, you know, the team has been doing quite well since we've gone.
Yeah.
But the reason that even since we've been gone, they've been like, yo, like, oh shoot, that's what's that, blah blah blah. There's a reason for that. It's because we built a culture around. Yeah, we have that winner's mentality, but we're also here, like
good people.
We're here for exactly. We're not bad people.
Oh man, I remember that one time. I remember that one time we had a matchup, and I'm almost certain. Yeah, it was B team junior year, and it was. We were going against somebody, and we ended up winning, and we had like a robot dead in sea next to us. And we got out to match, and we looked at him. Or maybe, it was maybe the opposite. Like, I think he was dead in the water, and then we were going against him. I don't remember. But we looked at him right after the match. We did our handshakes. We said, we're going to meet you at your booth, and whatever you have going on with your robot, we're going to help you fix it. That, to me, was what it mattered. That was the parts that made the most fun. Like, just interacting with all these teams and problem solving together in this whole big arena. Even though we're going to be going against each other, and I know you want to win, I get it, but there is a sportsmanship level that we have to meet.
We don't want to just win by like your robot crapping out.
It was lame.
We want to win because we win against the best competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to beat your robot at its best. I'm gonna do it.
It's facts though.
I'm not gonna have you forfeit. I'm gonna beat you when your robots are running.
I mean, but that's how I feel about sometimes when I hear about like these NBA players going to camps with each other and like LeBron will work out with some, you know, young player, or Kobe was working out with young players. I'm like, I feel like in that mentality of, I'm going to get you, I want you to get better. I want to see you develop. But I want to see you develop so that when you come against me, you better realize I'm still about to put you on this tape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that creates that competitiveness, but healthy competitiveness.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And even they might surprise you because then they'll be like, all right, so y'all doing all this. We gotta beat them now. And that's what I want to hear.
Exactly.
Let's get it.
The best matches genuinely were the matches where you win against the team that you like helped previously, maybe not even that day, but a different whole different tournament, but you help them and they know you. You look at them and they look at you, you're like, let's get it. Let's go. I'm real ready for this.
Be good. All right, let's
exactly.
get
I say from that, just talking about the robotics thing, is that now though, still building and stuff like that, I have focused myself into, because before it was easy, like you had to drive because you're going against people who are doing the same thing, but now you're in it kind of by yourself, and you're like, what are you gonna grab from the world that's gonna help you drive into doing something like you did before? And now I feel like I just want to build the wildest stuff. I want to build stuff that just people just were like, nah. And not just because they couldn't, just because they didn't know if it was worth it. Mm-hmm. And that question, I don't even ask it. I'm just like, nah, doing it. Let's just do it. And let's see what happens afterwards. And if it doesn't, if it pans out to be done and it's like, we did it. And it's like, all right, put it in a box, throw it away. Or put it in a closet and then go to the next one. And then we keep doing that. And I don't know what that will bring. That's just the fun part about it in a way, right?
I mean, that's engineering at its finest, right?
Yeah.
It's the development of whatever it is. You just keep going because you never know what you'll get.
Yeah, man.
You'll never know.
You gotta just keep going.
Exactly.
That's also the thing about college in general as well, is that they teach you all this stuff, but not necessarily how to implement it. It's really weird. Like you get all this knowledge, and then you're kind of like you have a degree, but where are you gonna go with this?
Yeah, man.
How do you know exactly how you're gonna implement this? Like for me, programming, we've done very few things that you can kind of see where it's going. I mean, some of the projects that I've done, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see how you can implement this in a company or something, like a database or something like that for employees. But on a large scale, it's like, where exactly am I going to end up with this? Like, am I going to end up at a company? Am I going to end up? Can I make something for myself? I don't even know. It's like, how do I direct my attention through this?
Yeah,
entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial just pathways should also be, I think, talked about more and actually shown what that means. Yeah, because everybody always wants to talk about, you can be an entrepreneur. You can everybody. I want to work for myself. Blah blah blah. Nobody really says hey, number one, that is something that it's very attainable, but you need to understand what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
And you need to understand that, hey, even though you are working for yourself, that doesn't mean you're by yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's not what, you know what I mean? That's not what being an entrepreneur means. It doesn't mean I need to do everything. I have to, everything goes, everything may go through you, but I need to do this, I need to do this. Whoa.
And that goes back into the team thing. Like, I don't need to do it all. I need to be very good at what I do. Mm-hmm. And I need to gravitate around people who are very good at what they do. And if you just do that 2 times over or 1 time, bro, you can literally forge. You can manifest things within time. And I think time is pretty much the only thing that stops anybody from some kind of
really
people don't want to put the time. Everybody wants everything. Everybody wants everything overnight. It's instant gratification.
Yeah.
And good God, have we ruined humans with all these notifications for every single like, and instant gratification is not at a premium anymore.
Yeah. I want more.
I need it now, and you're gonna give it to me, right? You're gonna give it to me, right?
Right now.
Relax. It's okay that you don't get what you want back immediately. Mm-hmm. It's called the grind for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes
you have to see the overall picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might not even deserve it right now. There are things that are happening in my life that I don't think could have occurred if it happened 2 years ago. I don't think I would have taken it with the gravity or the gratitude that I do now, because I'm a different guy. And so I'm glad I didn't get that instantaneous gratification of I want this, I want that now, because now is when I needed it. Now is when I can actually handle it with care. If I got everything when I wanted it in that moment, then shit, I'd be a broken man.
Yeah, I mean, even with this podcast, right? Talked about it for years.
Yes.
Yep.
Years. We knew we wanted to get it, but we were also we have to make sure we're ready. We have to make sure we take these certain steps. We have to make sure everything is in place so that when we start, we take off
right. And even from my perspective, that once we did that, Then you had to look back and say, now what's really holding you back? And if the answer is you still got to do it. You have to do it because you don't know. You don't know yet. You know what I mean? You just don't know yet until you're in it. And once you're in it, you might love it. Like now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I enjoy this.
It's fun.
It's nice. It's, honestly, and like, obviously, like people don't get, like, these are just conversations. Like, this is genuinely just the conversations we have.
Yeah, this is why we talked about it for so long, because we would just have these conversations, and we're like, we should like record this. Like, we're having pretty good conversations.
Facts, because like whether it means something to one person, whether it doesn't mean something to another person, it definitely can mean something to anyone.
Right.
And the things that we say, yeah, you don't have to shoot. Sometimes we're not right. Sometimes we're not factual. Sometimes we're not even spot on or whatever we're trying to say. But we'll work our darndest to get it out and try to understand what we're trying to say. Mm-hmm. Like we want that next level of, yo, like, just hear us out. Just hear it. Just listen. Do you like it? Do you agree with that? Do you want to take that and do something with that? That information you just learned, are you going to use that for something you're about to do in the future? I would love for you to do that. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
I feel like this is something that we all share. Like, a reason why we're doing this is that we all just want to grow. Like, I know all three of us, we don't want to just go stagnant or something. Like, we want to keep growing.
It's whack.
Like, I want to keep being a better person. I want to keep moving on to bigger and greater things.
I want to learn more things. I want to.
Yeah. I like learning. Like, me shitting on the school system has nothing to do with that. Like, I literally like learning.
Facts.
But it's so crazy how filtered it is in certain areas, and like how it's not exactly how you would want, but like you want to do this thing, but you're just like, oh, I gotta go down this road. This fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
I just wish it was like online stuff, like being an entrepreneur or stuff like that. I like that because it's like you're finding your own road. You're finding what works for you, and it's something that you don't really get in a lot of places. But you can just kind of figure it out for yourself and figure out what works and do it on your own time and just, I don't know, explore your potential essentially.
The
potential word.
That stuff's crazy. Potential's insane.
It's so intangible yet so powerful.
Because it always derives from the question, what are you worth? And you can't answer that. Don't answer that now. You don't know the answer. Yeah. The answer you gave just now in that sentence when you responded ain't the answer. And in your life, your whole life is to find that answer. And you don't know what that will bring you. It might bring you to Moscow. It might bring you to Timbuktu. You might find the love of your life. You might find the thing that makes you want to continue. I don't know, but the whole objective of it is to search, and you will get everything you want right there and there. If you're really willing to find out what you're worth, what your potential is,
the world's open. Like,
yeah.
Facts. No, that's real. And like that, I'm just drawing a comparison because it just popped in my head about potential. What is it? What's his name? Michael Beasley. Basketball player.
Right.
Tremendous basketball player. Grew up with KD. Even KD has said it's one of the best basketball players I've ever seen, if not the best. Mans was on the Miami Heat with LeBron. Would consistently beat LeBron in 1v1s. This is a talented individual. Elitely talented individual. Out of the league. Not even that old. Never really got to his potential, which we all knew was there. And yeah, situation happens around. I'm not saying, big ups to him actually, because he's so like okay with himself and who he is. And that is what I can commend, because even though you could have been better, you could have done better, you're still okay with what you produced, because you have to be okay with it, because you already produced it. You have to be able to accept what you've done. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. You're still a great basketball player. Shoot, that man will give anybody buckets, yo. Yeah. He can average 20 easily.
And he knows that.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, he's like, because, everybody doesn't want regret when they get old, but I feel like regret's a mindset.
Oh, yeah.
If you're just confident in how you got there, like, I can't be regretful of how I got here. There's no way. Because where I'm sitting now, where I am in my life, I love it. And sure, there's ups and downs, but if those things didn't occur, I wouldn't be here. And so if he knows, if he feels it in his soul, he's like, I live my life. Yeah. I live my life doing my thing. Big ups for real, though. They dig us for real.
He's just like he's one of the, and it's not like injuries derailed him. It's just
Walked away.
it's just kind of how it happened. But like, I doubt there's a basketball player that has gone against him or has like really seen him play that would go, oh no, he's not good. Because if KD, Kevin Durant, the Durantula, if he's gonna say some words like that, you have to take that. You have to take that. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You're talking about one of the most unguardable people ever that we've ever seen. You don't have a choice. Yeah. You do not have a choice.
He could scratch your back from in front of you. Yeah.
He would consistently beat someone that is regarded in the GOAT conversation in 1v1s. Mm-hmm. It speaks for itself.
Yeah. Live with no regrets, man.
No regrets.
Facts. I feel like, that's something I've kind of like focused on a little bit this year is that I feel like I do have some regrets, like, but then I think about it and I'm like, I don't know, because even though I feel like I could have done something different here or, tried a little harder or something like that, it's like, I can't think about that. It's like, you really just have to accept accept the point to where you've gotten and just know that it's only up from here. You're like,
facts.
The possibilities that I can go through right now are literally just up to me. It's like, I can do whatever it is that I feel I need to get to where I want. So
you gotta be a shark, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be a shark. Sharks can only move forward, bro. They move backwards, they die.
Which is a wild statement, right? They move backwards. They fucking die. Like, what? There's an animal alive that if they go in the reverse direction, they're fucking dead.
It's really out here living in a straight line.
But the philosophy behind that is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like that's something that you
live your life in a straight line.
Yeah, like
don't look back.
Like if someone has ever tracked like a shark and see like the pattern of a shark in like the ocean, where does it look like? Because they have to go back to where they've been, right? Like there's food or something there. Like I gotta go back there. Don't go backwards. like
gotta hit that Yui real quick. They're like, yo, listen. Ain't no reverse on this.
Underwater planes, bro, like for real.
Huh?
They're underwater planes.
Oh my god.
Underwater planes.
Okay.
And if planes go backwards, we die.
Oh snap! Yeah, factual. That's real. That's real.
I've never seen a plane go in reverse, bro. Actually, no, I lied. They do. Like if they're all like they're taking a reverse on the tarmac.
Not midair.
Oh god.
Good.
Hit you with the. It was like, oh.
So we're gonna have to take this bitch in reverse real quick.
Hit the wing flaps.
Everybody just flies to the front.
Oh, that'd be crazy. But yeah, no, the philosophy and the notion behind just keep moving forward. Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah, man. Yo,
keep moving forward.
I actually just told
bro, just keep swimming.
That movie was I think might be straight up the first movie to make me cry, and it wasn't a movie. It was just the quote. It was the way it ended, man. They had Rob Thomas in the end. They was just singing, and then they were like, small. It was crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Keep moving forward. Walt Disney. Buckets.
Yo. I mean, it's so powerful for 3 words, yo.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
You got some more...
Well, all right, yeah. So we'll transition away from the heavier stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
So you guys, I told you earlier, the moon got that wop.
This man here, bro. Facts, though. Okay. I mean,
woo.
So yeah, basically we've discovered a very small amount of water on the sunlit part of the moon.
It's lit.
He said it was less than. A less amount of water than the Sahara Desert.
I need to know these numbers.
The amount. Here, let's look.
I gotta, because if it's like a bucket, that itself is.
That's what they said. Is the amount of water discovered on the moon is less than the entire Sahara Desert.
But there's more than a bucket of water in the Sahara Desert.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, they're They're still giving a big amount of water personally for my liking.
We need more. I need it.
And water on the moon matters, and not just Elon Musk.
Elon's the goat.
Imagine being in like a headline for that.
Oh,
like,
window.
I'm not even
I forgot. It went black screen again. Hold on.
Blip.
What?
You know the vibes. It go like that
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
It do. It really just.
Boom. There we go. All right. Let's see. Do we want to go to NBC? What's going on here? Where's NASA at? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Nissan.
Sophia.
Boom. Look at these tiny water. What the heck? Why is there a plane in space?
That doesn't even make any sense. None of that image makes any sense.
Right?
It's a rock
What's going
with
on
water
here?
molecules the size of the rocks that are on with the.
What's happening?
Yeah, no, it's literally a minuscule amount of water, bro. But it's fucking water, bro. Like,
But
I ain't seen that before.
Water breeds bacteria.
Yeah, so it's literally just water molecules in a crater.
that's water.
So water.
One of the
Yeah,
largest
water.
craters in water. Yeah. It's literally water. Roughly equivalent to a 12-ounce bottle of water.
Nah.
That's a decent.
That's a
amount
good
of water.
enough amount of water for
All
you.
right. Next question. What's the smallest living thing that can live in water?
Bacteria.
Okay, but how small are those? Like microns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sound the alarms, boys. Not even alarms. Send the party. Get the whistles. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine
we got aliens, boy.
So is they gonna
Aliens?
are they gonna get their Sophia bot to like shoot that back here?
I don't want that nowhere near.
They're gonna shoot the water back.
I mean, yeah,
Well, so
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
what's crazy about this is then NASA said they're coming out. Let me see. What was the project something? Artemis? Was that it?
Sounds.
I thought I wrote it down, but it's not on here.
Sounds a little.
I'm pretty sure it was Artemis though.
Bet. Okay.
It's got to be in here somewhere. They said they're gonna initialize this new project Artemis to get another man and the first woman on the moon by 2024.
We really just don't have. You know, I watched Space Force on Netflix. Great show.
Never watch it.
It's freaking
I
crazy.
think I watched one episode. But
It's hilarious, but they really just. That was the only depiction I've ever seen the first lady on the moon.
They had the first lady on the moon.
Yeah, but it was a show, and now I'm thinking we really have never had a first. A
no,
woman
we
on
have
the
not.
Oh my god!
moon. I'm just like, wait.
So, and then also their goal with this program is to have a sustainable human presence on the moon by the end of the decade,
They want to set up a moon base.
basically.
Kids Next Door.
So and the speculation about this is, will this in the future prompt some more space exploration? Like, are we gonna be able to go further with a moon base?
Can I give you some crazy space stuff?
Sure.
Okay, so I've always had this theory, right, about space. And here's my thing. So we know it takes an immense amount of energy to get to
I'm dead.
Again. Sorry guys, we're starting over.
we know it takes an immense amount of energy to break through the atmosphere, correct? All right, so here we are, right? First thing, why are we starting so low? Why don't we have some kind of like aerial thing that we can have on like a higher level in the atmosphere? That way we can break through with less energy. That's what I'm saying. One. Second,
Honestly, yeah.
Second, if we do go on the moon, can we use rail guns and coil guns and use the gravity of other planets to make our own trajectory? For example, if you're hitting it, like let's say we do have a moon base and we want to send something to Earth, or we want to send something. I honestly saw it best with Dyson spheres, because you can have a bunch of mirrors array around the sun, and then it focuses and then goes straight to one mirror that bounces all that focused energy to like the moon, and then the moon can harness it in one big solar panel and then power itself, and then harness that energy, shoot it straight to America. America has multiple stations where they can harness the energy, and then now you can sustain several cities or several states. Boom. But the only way to get that done is that you have to send the mirrors around the sun. So you take a rail gun, you go beef, beef,
Just jump out there.
and you just send them.
Oh my god.
And I always thought that would work on Earth, but I know that you need a certain amount of G's to break through the atmosphere, so it's probably going to be very uncomfortable for anybody in the pilot seats here. But
Also,
once you're on the moon,
are we gonna get these mirrors to just? are we not just gonna blast them directly into the sun? Like, how are we just gonna get them to revolve around it?
So you could use. So it's supposed to be like you're supposed to use the gravity of the sun, and it's supposed to go around and stuff like that.
Oh, so just at the trajectory, you just
and then
I got you.
And they have these new satellites where they unfold and they break out, and then they can control themselves. They go, pss, 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 and then they position themselves, and then they would bounce off all the light and stuff like that into a light sphere. It's doable today. Like, it's doable right now, and I'm not like just saying that on some French type beat. Like, it's honestly doable. You pull some resources we got heading towards the military. Yeah, yeah, it's doable.
But hey, they don't make money then.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. That would mean that they could distribute solar energy that can sustain states off of will, and that.
It's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Imagine if you missed the mark.
Scary.
Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're off by a millimeter, you blow up the lab.
Oof.
Probably worse.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse. Yeah, oh Lord. Yeah, but that was just my whole thing about the space. I'm just thinking like we definitely need to get sustainable, and I'm trying to get us to that. What is it called? The Kevlar. Laws of Man, what's it called? Pavlov, that dude with the dog.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He did that same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pavlov's dog, yeah.
But did he really? He made the
Pavlov's hierarchy of needs or whatever.
This dude was wildin'.
Right? I might be full of shit. But
hopefully not, right?
It wasn't. Yeah.
This ain't fake news, guys. We're just trying to figure it out. We just want to make sure, you know.
Not Pavlov.
Yo, he was on some robot stuff though.
How do you spell hierarchy?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, so yeah, right.
Yeah, he was on it.
Yeah, right.
Maslow. But wait, that's not even really what I was.
What you talking about?
I thought it was like the civilization class. Like you have a class A and a class 2, and like the class A.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's not
Class
so
A.
Maslow is like just the things you need to like feel good about yourself, essentially.
I remember that. We took the AP psychology. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was a GOAT class.
That was crazy.
That was a GOAT class.
You're talking about I know what you're saying. It's like the civilization tier thing.
Yeah.
But it's like
we're so close to getting. We're not even at 1 though. We're like 0.7.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because we can't sustain our own energy like that from the sun.
Oh yeah, we don't have. We really, as a people.
Yeah.
Have all these options.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Kardashevs, that boy.
The immortals.
Kardashev.
Yo.
The immortal tier civilizations. What?
So type.
You know, and I thought about this. Yeah, space is big. I'm almost certain that there are civilizations out there in the huge universe that we call ours that has definitely gotten past type 2 because it just seems to be the case with the way the structure of the universe is.
Oh.
That's it.
So we're type 1? Is that what?
No, we're not type 1 yet.
Because we can't.
Oh, because we can't.
You have to be able to store
all of our energy.
All the energy that can be produced on Earth into one civilization. Which is crazy.
So, but the overall, what is the overall like?
Okay, so type 1. So like read the type 1. There's a
all right,
scale.
So
here.
type 1, technological level of a civilization that is close to the level presently attained on Earth. So yeah, we're not there. We're not type 1 even. With energy consumption, those big numbers. Type 1 is usually defined as one that can harness the energy that falls on a planet from its planet star.
Oh, so yeah, okay, it's the sun.
So but we can harness the energy of the sun.
Not all of us. And if we did, we'd be able to do wilder things. So if every country... So like, let's say we did do the Dyson sphere, right? Mm-hmm. And we had access to solar power at all times. I mean, the gaseous planet, star isn't going anywhere, right? And for a while. So we can take that energy that's producing and direct it to Earth. And if every country had access to that star and their energy levels go up, first of all, we wouldn't have to use a lot of stuff anymore. We wouldn't really have to use fuel, like fossil fuels anymore, because we can be able to produce that energy solar at all times. You can actually store the energy and contain like batteries, which would be like, I don't know, maybe you could store it in superconductors because they have like zero electrical resistance. So you can be able to store that electricity
pass it on to like a house or a home or a city, and then be able to use it on a larger scale at any moment. And then you would drive to like the energy distribution plant, and then every like month they would strike down a bunch of, and they would get it and they would bring it, and it would be all right. And then we all use it. Oh my God, we wouldn't have to worry about anything.
That type 1 civilization is nuts. Actually, then what the heck is type 2? What the fuck is this? Capable of harnessing energy radiated by its own star. Stage of success. Dyson. Oh, that was the Dyson.
That's
sphere.
the Dyson sphere. So what? So yeah.
So wait. So what the? Hold on.
I'm feeling like it's all the power that is produced on the planet. Because now I'm thinking, if you need a Dyson sphere to get to 2.
Yeah. So type 1 is just all of the energy on Earth.
And I feel
we
like
can't even harness all of the energy here.
Yeah.
We don't even need to take this step.
Yeah.
we haven't even mastered ourselves yet.
Yeah. And I think that has to come in once we become like a planetary species, right? Once there's like borderless places, there's no more countries.
Well, now, that's controversial.
I guess.
It's not to me. I'm just saying.
People are gonna really want that once the Earth. The sun starts looking red and your planets start looking like Krypton. You're gonna really want some unified, no borders.
I've been advocating for a global government for 3 years now.
And a global government doesn't mean that your cultures disappear. It does if you rampage it like they've done before in them dang on colonials. But that's not what we're trying to go here. We're trying to say, hey, y'all have stuff to bring to the table, and if you close that off, we might be slower as a species evolving in the coming times, and we might need to be better prepared for whatever the universe brings. Corona was the best test of that because it showed that there are things here that can knock us off, and if we're not able to communicate in I don't know,
and that's really what it was, communication
and to plan just better with everyone that we have here to get something done, then that might be it. And I'm glad that it wasn't as harsh as it could have been, but it still took a toll.
Yeah. Shoot, the world shut down.
Yeah. And we're still going to be recovering for a while.
Hey. Read type 3.
Oh, yeah, no. So essentially these types are just based on how much energy you can harness.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Because type 3 is talking about the scale of your own galaxy.
Yeah.
Harnessing the energy of your fucking galaxy? What the fuck does that even mean? We're gonna be like superhumans at that point. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, once the
we're not gonna be humans at that point. We're gonna be some other species. Fuck humans. What is that?
Oh, I like that, because what is the next step for
meta-human,
the species of human? We gotta evolve, right?
We're all gonna be 10-foot tall, fucking massive, just
Andre the
meatheads. Yeah, honestly.
What are you gonna eat then?
We're gonna be just eating trees.
That was a whole pineapple I ate in one bite.
Like a grape.
Yo, but that's real. Like, I'm wondering when that next step is gonna be. And I think, and I know there's certain people that believe like, oh, this is our last step. But I'm like, that wouldn't make sense.
Too lame.
That wouldn't make sense for the evolution of the universe, because we're here now.
Yeah.
Because we evolved. So it wouldn't make sense that we would stop.
And we're doing things that would have not. Dude, you ever think about like if you time traveled and like told like a squire back in like the day like what we could do now, they would throw your ass.
Oh, absolutely.
In the I don't even know what would be punishment back then. I don't know. Death, just the immediate death.
Spike trap.
Yeah.
Throw him in the spike pit.
Like what? Like we could watch something that was previously live and replay it over and over. Before they're like, were you there?
Were you there?
Then why the fuck are you talking to me? If you weren't there, then shut the fuck up.
That's real though.
This is crazy. This is transitioning perfectly into my next topic because this is what I think the next evolution of our species is going to be. Is you guys have you seen Neuralink?
Oh, Bubby.
Elon Musk's new thing.
Hit him with the beeps that they had.
The chips in your brain, bro.
Oh my god.
Elon,
Neuralink. I'll look
Elon
it
is
up.
on some crazy stuff.
Because I was
bro.
looking at this earlier today.
Whoa.
Can I give a quick synopsis?
Oh, absolutely.
So peep this, right? The Neuralink is an implant that does not, you can't send it like commands, like you can't but it will send data that you are getting from your brain. So like there was are you gonna play the pig one?
Pig one?
Yeah, there's a demonstration.
I didn't actually see that. Where's that?
It's a pig demonstration that they had. I don't know, probably like last month. No, it's crazy. Trev, it's crazy. I haven't seen this website though.
Oh, this website's crazy. Let me actually go to another tab.
What are y'all proposing to me, man?
So, for example, you're gonna see in this video, there's gonna be a pig, and really all this pig wants to do is live and eat, and it will tell you when it's happy that it's living and eating based off of the implant that it put in its brain. Yep. There is a sound that they have programmed from the outputs that your brain is giving to beep a certain tone or a certain pitch or optic based off of how happy or how sad the brain of the pig is. Mm-hmm. Play that.
Bit.
Because it's a sick beat.
Okay. I'm interested. Okay.
Ah!
Every time.
Jamie Harrison. Hi, I'm Jamie Harrison.
He's sitting down on brain. That's pretty
cool. Like the Three Little Pigs demo. And
he's so weird.
If our
Elon.
and we'll have this. We're bringing out the pigs, and what we're going to show you is a.
You got a child.
Well, I'll walk right over.
You mean?
Show you. What we have in pen number 1 is Joyce, and she does not have an implant. Obviously, healthy and happy. We're trying to get Gertrude out, and this is how you know it's a live demo.
The food.
Give me that food.
So here's Dorothy, and in the case of Dorothy, Dorothy used to have an implant, and then we removed the implant. So this is a very important thing to demonstrate is reversibility. So if you have a Neuralink, and then you decide you don't want it, or you want to get an upgrade, and the Neuralink is removed, is it removed in such a way that you are still healthy and happy?
Coming out like
afterwards?
them iOSs.
And what Dorothy illustrates is that you can put in the Neuralink, remove it, and be healthy, happy, and indistinguishable from an old pig. Oh, thanks, Dorothy. Here we go. Great. Okay.
If you wanted to be a pig, you can be a pig, bro.
So for the listeners out there, we're talking pigs here. They got pigs. Okay. They got 3, I think. One doesn't have it.
It's a high energy pig. All right. Gertrude, thanks for coming out. So what the beats you're
other
hearing
pig
are real-time signals
has gotten
from
removed,
the Neuralink in Gertrude's head.
Pig is
so this Neuralink
dropping some beats.
connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. And so on the screen,
crazy.
You can see each of the spikes
Honestly,
from
yeah.
the 1024.
But imagine you wake up,
and then if
your brain,
she
or better yet,
shuffles around, touches this
your
stuff
phone's
around,
off when you're
or
asleep.
you
How
kind of
about
feed her some
that?
food,
It only
makes
wakes up,
love
only
food,
turns on when you
then
are awake.
you
Because
can see the neurons.
yeah, I don't know. It's not like it'd be like
much more than
the application. So like as much as they're making this sound structure based off of the waves that they're getting from that brain of that pig,
So
it's the same thing you could do implemented. You can implement it in applications like on your phone. So if you have a phone that's connected to your Neuralink, you go set up my sleep schedule so it's my phone's running on the lowest settings possible so it gets the best charge when I wake up, and then like turn my sound on when I wake up. So then when you wake up, is then like you'll get an alarm or you'll get a text message. You won't get it during your sleep because it knows you need it. Or let's say,
oh my god,
because our brains are way more complex. It's not just about eating food.
Yeah.
We have signals coming from every direction. If we get the sun coming too far in our eyes, too much in our eyes, we squint and it'll register that.
Facts though.
And just go, put the blinds down. It's too much sun.
And we've been able to show that you can actually have multiple Neuralinks implanted.
Whoa!
Wait, so this one has multiple? What?
Indistinguishable from a normal pig. So it's possible to have multiple links in your head, and We'll
multiple
be sending out
links.
signals and
Cyber,
be working well.
Cyberpunk 2027, baby.
I mean, essentially, that's what he's proposing to me. You know,
We just showed you a demonstration of
he's
reading crane
proposing to me to
activity.
be.
And
This is we talked about this before, and I feel like I want to. I feel like I should keep my stance, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Which I don't know if I would get an implant.
Yeah.
I'm already
It is
so.
very interesting. I
would
don't
be
know if
first
I would
gen.
be a first adopter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just like I want to be the first, one of the first adopters of this vaccine that's supposed to be.
Nah, I'm gonna wait.
good.
I've been good so far.
I mean, exactly. Yeah, I ain't got corona. Listen, give me my bag.
You know what I'm saying? Not gonna wait. You know
Give
what
me,
I'm saying?
give me my. You right?
Yeah.
Cause I ain't trying to go down like this.
Oh, whoa, what?
Take
The brain
readings
activity
from the
waves are
neurons,
insane.
and we try to predict the position of the joints.
Wow.
And so we say we have the
Wow.
predicted position of the joints, and then we measure the actual position of the joints. You can see that they're almost exactly aligned. So
Jesus
we're able
Christ,
with
man.
a wireless neural implant to actually predict the position of all of the limbs.
That's insane.
Wireless neural implant?
With
Yes.
very
That's
fine
Yeah,
insane.
it's in your brain. Of course, it's wireless.
Yeah, why do you have to say it though? Now I'm messing
Yeah.
up.
That's true.
He's just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just gonna. Okay.
that's insane.
Okay, but I need that thing encrypted,
So they said,
Dude.
yeah, for sure.
like
But
heavily.
like,
said
also,
essentially-
what do you? What is it that? What could go wrong?
You explode.
No, but like,
No.
like Squidward eat too many patties. You know what I'm saying? At first it goes straight to your thighs. But look, I'm serious about like what, because it's only outputs. It's not like the brain can send any signals input. I guess you could overload it. I guess you could explode.
Well, so they said the first
What's the battery life?
the first implementation of this would be for people with paralysis, because they can now like interact with the world in different ways.
Okay.
So I think what was it?
Oh, imagine being in a
I think it was
coma,
here.
bro. Imagine being in a
So yeah,
coma.
the initial goal of our technology would be able to help people with paralysis to regain independence through the control of computers and mobile devices.
Bruh, that's superhuman. That's superhuman. What? I can look at my keyboard, type.
Yeah, that's what it said too. Is like any Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, you'll just be able to have instant connection with.
You become a cyborg.
Yo, I'm not sure I'm ready for this, yo. I'm not sure, yo.
We're living in the future.
And I'm
baby.
young. And I'm young.
This is literally
I'm
what
not an
you
old
can do,
man
bro.
yet to be like, get that
Yeah.
jibber jabber out of here, you whippersnapper. Yo, I'm not old.
This is
Yo,
about
like,
5 years, right? This is about 5 years.
I don't know if I'm ready for this though, okay? That's intense.
Oh, dude.
That's intense.
And they can really just map all of your joints to figure out where your limbs are. That's so crazy.
That's
Which
intense.
means, what is it called?
This is, bro, this linked with AR? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh God, that'd be crazy.
You could, oh my god,
Think
bro.
about prosthetics.
This
You get a real
this
Luke
new world.
Skywalker.
This is what I'm saying. This is going to be the next level of human, for real.
Are we
What do
really,
you call him? I'm
are
calling
we
him
really
man.
about to take the step? Shoot. What do we always say? 2020 was going to be the turning point.
This is crazy.
We're about to be in some Black Mirror shit, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
We're going to be integrated with technology, and
I don't know if I'm ready, man.
yeah, I don't know.
I
feel
gotta
like
see how it grows.
I don't know if I'm ready, man.
Look at the
exactly,
last
but I
gen.
feel like I honestly feel like this is the natural progression of things.
But what? I mean, like you can do everything. Anything that you can connect, you are a god.
Bro, I'm telling you, with AR, like you can literally just do anything anywhere.
Hook up your propane
With AR,
tank.
you can AR and Neuralink, you could literally just surf the web. I'm just showing here. I don't need a phone.
Just like, hey, how old was Anne Frank?
Oh, I
And
should
you
have
go-
text. Bloop.
Are you gonna have like
Send it back.
you're gonna have like a That's So Raven moment though? You're gonna do like 2.275. Like, are you just gonna like what is the?
Listen,
Oh man, this is fucking me up because this is gonna be real dangerous, bro. Like if you have
Listen.
AR and Neuralink, you'll never be able to tell if somebody is like really talking to you or they're just watching a YouTube video or
I
something.
thought you were gonna say porn.
That too, bro. Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Oh my god, no, you know what's crazy? No. Here's where this is gonna go. They're gonna project a face onto yours.
Bro,
With
imagine.
AR.
Oh my god.
They're gonna deep fake your face to be someone else, bro.
Yo, he about to save a lot of marriages.
Oh my god! I'm telling you, man, this is nuts.
But just think like, okay, you had a
Think about
barbecue.
it. You can zoom in with your own eyeballs, bro.
Jesus.
Enhance. You could just.
But
do
what
it.
is that even gonna? Oh yeah.
AR
AR cops with this is the future.
OP,
But even
bro.
without it, think about without it, right? You like so you have let's say you have a barbecue, and you know everybody got those propane heaters. You know what I'm saying? You're all out and about. It's cold. You got a propane heater, and you hooked it up to a lever, so you know like the propane switch gets like larger and stuff like that, to like a Bluetooth Arduino, and then like you have like a motor that's spinning. You can hook it up to your Neuralink and be like, "Oh, y'all hot? I mean, y'all cold? Oh, I got you."
Yeah.
And just look at it, and then connect, and it'll just think how many applications that you can activate by just thinking about it.
Yep.
That's dangerous. I couldn't trust.
It really
anyone.
is.
I couldn't trust anyone around
I
me.
don't know if I'm ready.
This is, oh man, this is gonna be
I'm ready.
nuts.
Woo!
I don't know what.
if I'm ready,
They literally just did this on a pig, bro. Like, like it's close.
You think it's gonna get past like Congress? Or something?
People were already getting chipped.
You're
People
bugging.
have these chips. I swear to God.
You're bugging.
I swear, people that work at Tesla have these fucking chips, bro.
If someone told me, "Hey, you can work at Tesla. You just have to get an implant so we can test your productivity." No,
Oh man.
you can go on somewhere. Get up out of here.
Listen, like Sombra always says, anything can be hacked.
Well, actually, I don't know if it was the Neuralink chip or it was something that just like helps you in the Tesla facility, like a NFC chip or something like that. People got
I'm
chipped.
okay with
though.
that. I'm okay.
People got chipped.
But that, dude, that's just some
Intense.
real next level of security, man. You're like, yeah, you gotta have an NFC chip inside of your body. That's how we know you can actually.
Founded July 2016. He been working on this.
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
He been working on this.
Yeah. No, he's been going hard. Current.
Oh my
He
god.
didn't even publicly report it till 2017. Oh, he on something different.
He said, "Run it," but sir, we won't be able to get all the paperwork till 20. Run it.
Yo, that's insane. And I'm not sure I'm ready.
Let me just say.
I don't think I'll be ready. I mean, it's gonna be trippy as heck. Don't get me wrong.
Human trials sign up.
Sign up.
People have been Googling to sign up. Yo, no, I don't know if I'm ready for
People
that.
are ready.
Okay,
It
yeah, I don't
even
think
matter anymore.
I don't think it's been through anything yet. I don't think anybody's actually gotten chipped. Yeah, it
How
looks
does-
forward to clinical trials.
How does this pass in the consumer market? Isn't this like low key like a pharmaceutical? Like, what is this? What is this? Is it prosthetic? What is this? What do you classify this? How can this get passed?
God.
What is this?
I bet a lot a lot of people would do this though.
We're in the
I'm not-
next
I'm
I'm not
even mad.
subscribing. Sorry.
I know people will do it. I just don't know how you can regulate.
Oh
If you even
boy.
need to regulate. Dude, people also ask, can Neuralink be hacked?
Anything can be hacked.
Let's find out.
Could
Elon
be
Musk
hacked.
Neuralink could be hacked, letting the thieves steal
Whoa.
thoughts and memories.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Plans to link human brains to computers using tiny implants. New report warns the implants could leave us vulnerable to hackers.
Yo, I'm not trying to
So-
get my brain hacked, bro.
But how can they interpret? So it's essentially you're hacking it, but you're just receiving electrical signals, right, from my brain.
But hold
How
on.
the fuck do you interpret that into memories and shit?
Okay, it's just like the OnlyFans. It's like when they hacked OnlyFans. Okay, hear me out. When they hacked OnlyFans, they waited until the archive got big to then release what they hacked. If someone gets to your Neuralink and they wait, and all the outputs start building up, and everything that you've thought and everything that you've done and your patterns start building up, they can take that. And I don't even know what they can do with it. Can they release it to people? Does it take your memory? Does it take your thoughts, your
That
intentions?
shit doesn't make sense to me, bro, because the Neuralink essentially is just monitoring your brain activity.
Which is just like
It can't record memories and shit.
Yeah.
It can't record your thoughts.
Well, okay. It could in an application.
It's recording what neurons fire, like for the pig instance, it was recording happiness. So certain areas of your brain are just firing those neurons because you're happy.
But it also predicted the body and how the body was moving. If it can
How the fuck
predict,
did they do that?
because it's all those neurons are firing, and
my
after a certain
fucking
amount, you can
God, bro.
collect enough data to understand what it's going to do. And there's only but so many things the body can do, and there's only so many things that you're gonna do.
But thoughts though.
Listen, guys, I was born in the 1900s. It's a little scary for me, man. It's a little scary for me, man.
Oh my God! What if it just?
I don't know how you interpret thoughts with those electrical signals though. Like
I don't either. But then how do we?
the brain is so crazy. Like I really want to dive into the brain. I have some notes on my phone about dreams.
Ooh.
Just because I think dreams are wild. Like they show us a weird part of ourselves. Like you can be thinking something, and like I've had dreams where I just wake up and I go, what the fuck? What? Why did I dream that? It's like it's like some weird like self-deprecating shit. I'm like, why the fuck did I think that?
I feel that,
That's facts, bro.
Like, why did I have a whole dream about this? It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't. Someone said
It's such a weird deep dive into your subconscious. That's what's really interesting about
it's
it.
involuntary as well.
Yeah.
It's not like you wanted to do that.
Exactly.
You'd much rather just be like...
Exactly. I'd rather just have like a crazy lucid dream where I'm just fucking flying, but no, I gotta like...
Bro was like, I'm gonna give you this right quick.
I still haven't had one. I need one.
I want one so bad.
I don't think I've had one either.
I need one.
I really don't... Like, I need to do this too. I need to start this again. I was trying to do it for a little bit, but I'm really just trying to like... Because you can really train yourself to dream, I think. I've looked this up a little bit, and...
You just listened to that Shark Went Live Ago song?
Oh, no.
Go to
Good
sleep?
God, no. I would kill myself. I would never want to go to sleep if I heard that. Because that would just be in my dream. I'd be like, kill him on her. Kill. But yeah, so it's like you can kind of train yourself to think a certain way. Like if you have a routine that you constantly do before you go to sleep, and then you wake up and you immediately write down what you think, you'll have more dreams. Like it's proven that you will have more brain activity in those like waking hours, and then you'll be able to remember what you dreamt.
I actually wouldn't mind that.
I really want to try that experiment.
This seems pretty fun. I'm just kind of afraid.
And because we were talking about that one day, if you constantly wore the Green Lantern ring while you were sleeping, would that dream pop or would that ring pop up in your dream, and then you could somehow like turn it into a lucid dream where you just have the Green Lantern ring, you feel it on your finger already,
right?
So you just know that you have it. You're like, oh, you look down, you're like, oh, I have the Green Lantern ring. Like you feel it on your finger and everything. So you're just like
blast off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that because I wear the chain to bed every night now. So
I do too.
I mean, like it's just a vibe. So like,
but see, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember my dreams hardly ever. So I need to figure out how to just keep my brain.
I need to look down.
Working on that.
Just be like to somehow force myself to look down because if because essentially what you're saying is you're kind of breaking the wall once you know that. Oh wait, okay, and you just change your whole
your mindset. Yeah.
I want to explore it and hopefully return from it. That's my. I never want to be in a position where I could explore my brain and find out I woke up like 8 years later.
Yeah, I know. I really want to do this. So I think you can get stuff to monitor your brain activity. And I also want to do sleep trials.
There's a 3D printed. What's it called? It's called the MRE. MRE, and then you could there's a 3D printed kit, so it gives you all the components, and then it's cheaper that way, and then you could 3D print the STLs for it, and it's just a thing you sit on top of you, and it's like a overly glorified.
Oh god,
remember
this
that
looks
game?
terrifying.
Remember that game back in the day where you had the Force, and you thought about the ball moving, and then the ball moved because you had like a thing on your head.
I'm sorry.
It was like a Star Wars related product, and like you thought about the ball moving and the ball would move.
I don't think I ever had that, but I think I may know.
I never had
what you're talking about. Though.
But that thing is real. Like it is scanning your delta waves, and the more you concentrate, the more the ball move. So it's that, but it's like every wave. It's your delta, your theta, your alpha, all your different waves in your brains, and it'll register it all. And there's applications on the PC that will allow you to store the data for every night. It's crazy.
Okay.
So EEG.
EEG.
Yeah. So it basically monitors or it interprets electrical signals from the gray regions of your brain. Like, that's fucking nuts.
Neurology.
Yeah.
As a
Studying the
whole.
brain, I low key kind of want to get into learning more about the brain because it is really wild to me.
Facts.
And just
Super
why
meta.
I really like psychology in a way. Psychology and philosophy. I like figuring out why people think certain ways, and I don't know, just in general, just thinking about like philosophical questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like stoic.
Yeah,
Stoicism,
yeah.
That's real. That's super real. I've been looking at just because it was kind of weird because I used to live there. But Seneca, there's like the philosopher Seneca. Dude was on some shit. He was wild. I love it. If you want to look at anything, I'm not even going to tell you. Look it up yourself. Seneca, the philosopher. It's crazy. He got some quotes that just last forever. There's no, I don't care what part of the timeline and the universe that you live in, it's going to matter.
Okay.
It's good stuff.
It's crazy. It presents such like interesting questions. I really like shit that makes you think about yourself and just the way you do things.
Yeah, the way you move.
Yeah.
Like
Why do I act a certain way?
Yeah.
Is it because of like past experiences or just like, I don't know, taking information like we were talking about?
You just messed me up. You said the way you move. Immediately my brain went to Dua Lipa. The way you move, the way you go, Jesus, all it takes.
My brain. I immediately went to Watch How I Move. Who's that? Watch How I Move.
Oh, Flip De Niro and Baby.
yeah, that's a crazy jam.
Excellent. I thought you were about to go with Lil Uzi.
You better move. You better.
There's a
move.
lot of move songs.
Yeah,
Bro, I mean, listen. One thing in 2020 has brought us is a crazy year for music.
that's facts.
Yeah.
That is super
It's been
facts.
really wild.
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign just came out with an album. I listened to that. That was pretty good.
I still don't think it compares to whatever year Takeoff dropped his album. That entire year,
I don't remember what albums came out that year.
bro. It was like
2018?
I feel like it
Takeoff.
was 2018, bro. It was insane. Like I couldn't go a week without hearing some crazy song or some crazy
man.
album, and I was just like,
Yeah.
yo, what's going on?
That's how I felt about this year, though. Like, honestly,
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty
a
good.
pretty consistent base of like new good music coming out.
Kind of sad that Certified Lover Boy doesn't come till January now, but you know,
Well, starting off the year with a
Certified
bang,
Lover Boy.
facts. CLB, the done.
It's a crazy name. He's just delving deeper into his light skinned tendencies.
Listen,
I only heard light skin sing like that.
Hey, how long we been
Lil
running?
Yachty. Hour 47. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
Trying to put some more topics in, or you wanna? We think we got what we got.
Do I have anything else? I think I talked about everything. Yeah, I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to.
Dua Lipa's in Valorant.
is she actually?
No, but I keep calling that character model Dua Lipa because she just looks like
You also call her Dua Lipa.
Lupa. Dua Lupa.
Everybody roasts her. Like, go out of your way to roast him because she says Dua Lipa. Go out of your way, please.
Dua Lupita.
Lupita Nyong'o.
She raw.
Amazing actress.
She's amazing. for real.
Actually, yeah, let me just go through my notes real quick. What else I got in here?
You
actually?
really make notes.
I do. It's been a new thing that I've gotten into.
I'm not saying 30 bills. What you doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
My
want to
notes
make
only
that?
consist
I did
of
want to
my
make
bars.
that, but I've
We still-
realized that I can't really with the board
Why?
that I have because it's
You know,
too
one?
short.
I have access to a longboard. I just need some. What? The real thing is I need a RC receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you like really got to get into.
And honestly, most of
It's a big project, honestly. Like,
It is.
but it's so cool. I really want to do it.
It's not that
That's-
big. Like it's what motor mounts, battery. Battery's the biggest part. Sufficient power, and then being able to charge that is the biggest one. I think.
Yeah.
And then I guess wiring, and then the RC. And
But so you also need, well, I guess just the gears. So
because you can 3D print all of it.
yeah, you can for sure.
And even now they got the like tough PLA, ABS. We got PETG.
Mm-hmm.
We can.
It's doable.
It's
I really want
doable.
to do it, but I can't do it with my longboard because it's too low to the ground. I have a drop down.
Okay.
So I need a taller one to be able to mount that on the bottom of the board. That's the biggest issue.
Trucks.
No, it's literally the board. Like the way the board is, the wood concaves down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oofus. Okay.
Maximus.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah. See, that's literally my one of my research topics in here is brain activity.
I want to do a hand. I don't know why. It's like one of those things. Like, you know, you get in engineering, like everybody does like a staple project. It's like make a bionic hand. It's kind of like, and I also want to make the glove for it, so that if I move my hand.
Oh, see, I literally have it in here. I can build a Raspberry Pi EEG. I'm doing that.
Woo!
Nice.
Did I do that?
100% doing that. That's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, dude.
Man.
But I mean, hey, you
I
know.
literally have a dream breakdown in here. I have a folder. It's empty because I keep forgetting to write stuff.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know.
I just never remember in the morning. I get like, so whenever I wake up in the morning, it also fucks me up too because my cat Sully, he'll wake me up. I usually set my alarm for like 7:30, but he'll always wake me up at like 6:30.
Sully's adorable.
He's awesome. But God damn it! Whenever I'm trying to get up in the morning, he'll just be like he'll literally like punch me in the face. He'll like come in, like jump on my head, just be like, "Hey, the fuck up."
You doing there?
Give me some food, motherfucker. So yeah, I'll literally just shoo him off for like 30 minutes, and I'll finally be like, "Oh, fine," and I'll go like let him out and then lay back down. So then like I always forget.
Yeah. Okay.
I literally need to like immediately get up, think about it, write it down, but I can't every time because it's solely just in my face.
How do you feed your cat?
Normally I don't in the morning. My aunt gets up before me, so I'll like just let him out.
Is it like a bowl or is it like what's going on with that? It was like
Yeah,
a
it's a
can.
bowl.
No,
he eats dry food.
we gotta make an automatic cat feeder.
Yeah, we could do that.
I feel like that's.
Don't they have that?
Yeah, they
Yeah, but we
have
can make
it.
our own. Right?
Whoa, I'm not saying we can't. Oh, my bad.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, shoot, you got 3D printer. See,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can totally do that, honestly.
Yeah.
But then see, like the thing is, I would have to use my Raspberry Pi for that.
That's
it would just be there.
you need. You can borrow the Zero because I got a
Some
Zero.
zeros.
Yeah, I got a Zero that's just
Borrow it or just
use
have it.
Just use it.
Because it's if you give it to me, it's gonna become a cat show.
I don't know what else to use a Zero. I want to use a Zero for a wireless webcam. The only problem with those is that you can't. You have to be able to be wireless. You have to go into the operating system and then go into like the file and like change the Wi-Fi password and was it like SDID? Anyway,
SSID. Yeah.
yeah. And you got to change all that every time you move it, so it's really not as wireless. It's
Oh,
pretty
wait,
stationary.
what?
Yeah, because
Why would you have to change your SSID?
Because if you're moving locations, if you wanted to change
I got you.
where the Pi is, then
Yeah.
you'd have to do that. But if it's just in your house, I guess you could be fine regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel that. Hey,
Yeah, I really just want to. Yeah, I really just want to get into more projects, man. I'm trying to get more. I want to like stream and stuff more. I want to do content. I want to build something. I want to stay busy.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired. A lot of times I'll have free time, and it's like I know I could probably like. I don't know. I should probably study or something. But it's like I feel like I do that. I do it a lot. And I'm just like, I need something else to occupy my time sometimes. Like, I just don't want to be fully engulfed in this for 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fucking annoying. Like, I need something to reset my brain.
I feel that.
That's real.
So I just want to make more content. Like, I've been thinking about just, I don't know, even like vlogging. It'll probably be boring, but I don't know. Just maybe doing some some 3D stuff.
Yo.
Something. I'm just trying to shoot off ideas.
I was making them dangled fangled tiki walkies. And
Excuse me?
making a TikTok. But it looks good because it was 3D
TikTok.
printed oriented and there's a nice community out
That
there.
TikTok, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta say what's mirroring your chest.
Yeah.
You don't sound like a 13-year-old. So listen.
TikTok stuff.
I don't do dances. I TikTok like a real man. My 3D printer.
Well, I might send it your way because you're editing G.
Oh, the TikTok?
Well, even still, like I want to do like better. I think the goal I'm gonna end up doing.
That's cash.
Reflex like a cat.
The goal I'm gonna end up doing with the right now currently is do movie reviews because I'm trying to do the whole MCU.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's really it. I think I can get it by WandaVision, because once WandaVision comes out, I'm going to be reviewing that. And then I'm going to do the gameplay for PS5 Miles Morales. But I do want to do a separate 3D printing thing where I just film, like, I think I'm going to start with the new printer. I'm going to get it in and then do like a time lapse of me building it. Because, you know, I don't know, this looks be fun. And then we'll get some print shots and also there's prints for shooting. So like you can print a Lazy Susan to like display your thing, and then like set up a mount for your camera or your phone so you can look at it. Or you can print a thing so you can hook up like a continuous motor and then like have it move across the rail. You get those crazy shots.
You just broke my whole thought process just because you said camera. Can you plug up a phone to a computer and use that as a webcam?
We've been talking about
I
this.
think so, right?
You should be able to do it. This is
This is a Google.
2020.
This is a Google way.
I'm just saying, this is 2020.
Because this this camera, bro.
I mean, you got like a what? What is that?
It's an 11. Ain't the Pro.
Oh, yeah!
But it's an 11.
You got an 11!
It's an 11.
Oh!
This thing is...
Okay.
It's
Shit powerful, isn't it?
It's powerful.
Shit more powerful. I believe you. I'm still rocking the Success with the port. Y'all already know. I got the aux port on me.
Listen, you're not the
I
only
got the
one.
aux port on me.
This was...
Jesus. I can see the veins of a leaf.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's after zooming in. That's crazy.
Like what?
That's
You get
insane
in
detail.
there.
It's insane
You get
detail.
in there, bro.
I need to get a new phone.
Nah.
I've just been putting it
rock
off
two
just because I
phones.
don't want.
Just
Oh
rock
no
two
no.
phones.
Whoa. I'm not saying I'm gonna get rid of the Success.
Ah, okay.
It's a goat device.
Droid Cam, at least for Android. This
Boo.
is. Hey,
Boo.
fuck y'all.
LMAO. That's weird though.
But you need an app and a Windows client to be able to do that.
That's
so
weird.
I don't think we can just do it with our like base software.
How are we this deep into technology and we can't do that?
Because that would be called integration, and they don't want you to do that. They want you.
Oh yeah, because it's less money I have to spend, right?
Yes.
Give me your money.
Good God, man.
But to be fair,
they got like billions, bro.
with Rona, I mean, these webcams have been getting cheaper and cheaper by the dozen.
Really?
I mean, because you can get like a 1080 camera for like.
I just ordered one for like. I think it was a 1080.
You actually just ordered it when you were talking about it?
I told you guys I was literally deciding on two.
I know you
buying this.
Yeah, I know you said you were gonna get it. Because I heard you say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get it," but I was like,
I bought it just now. It'll be here Thursday.
Clean.
That's
I
the
love
energy.
It.
That's
I
the
fuck with
energy,
it. I fuck
bro.
with it. Yeah. If you gonna do it, do it. I fuck with it. Okay.
That's why we're gonna use that to stream on Halloween.
Yes.
That's how it's gonna be.
Oh, that's funny.
No, but it was
They
like
don't even know.
Yeah.
They're gonna be watching this. Man, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
oh yeah, this is gonna be after the fact. But yeah, I think the one I bought, it was like 1080p, 60 FPS. It was like
okay.
$50.
So it's curl. Oh, that curl.
Yeah.
They curl.
Cross. Cross.
Curl. That thing curl.
I'm gonna have to call the police. What's going on?
Chill.
No,
But I mean, shoot, I'm ready. We've got this far. We just got to keep taking it.
Yeah, man, we're going.
We got to keep riding the wave.
No brakes. All gas, no brakes.
All gas,
All
no
gas,
brakes.
Yo, shout out to the GOAT. Oh, gas, no brakes.
That'd be a really interesting dude to talk to.
Oh, I would love to talk to him.
You seen? I don't know why he did this, but it was when he was talking to Dogface, the dude with the cranberry, and he's just running. So
he's just clean
funny,
about
bro.
it.
Like,
He's
yeah.
clean about it. He is one of the, and what's crazy about it, he's like technically an investigative journalist because of certain things that he does, but he's a comedic journalist at the same time, and low key's like it's not about bias, it's about hearing it.
yes,
I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I don't just want to hear it. I just want to know what's happening. And if you can give me that, let me make my decision. That's it. That's it. Nah, he's a GOAT.
You're trying to close it off tonight?
Yeah, man, I think that's a good time, bro.
It's
We're
been-
clean. Look at that. Oh, ooh, that's clean. It's about to be exactly 2 hours. That's
Ooh, how many seconds we got? 30 seconds?
30
All right, we got
33.
this.
All right, yeah. So we're just guys signing off. You know, Trev, Ed, myself. Hope you guys have a good week, and you know,
You can
keep the
find
grind
us-
going. Whatever you want to do, just strive.
You
Be
can-
better than yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yes. You can find us in our description below.
Yeah, we'll put our links in the description. You know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Follow us. We'll be here.
I just dabbed. That's so old.
Peace.